Alright, I'll try to do a little bit different kind of a video with this one. Just kind of focus on one strain. Actually a couple different strains of one type of guppy. Long story short, these actually were a friend of mine's guppies. I don't know if he wants them back or not. I gotta check with him. These are Stan Shubel Red Deltas. These are from, I think they were born around November 2018, so that would we're in July now, so that would make them about 8 months old. The tails on the males did not start to develop or elongate until about 2 months ago, and the only way I could tell the males from the females more or less is the males had red tails and the females had black tails, which is really unusual. I've actually never seen that with red line of guppies before. The other guppies I have that are reds are the Luke Roebuck Reds, and there are some similarities between the two strains of the Red Deltas. I'll film some of the Roebuck Reds next, and you'll be able to see some similarities. Now, these aren't the greatest, despite being initially from probably the best guppy person, more or less, in the world, who sadly just passed away last July, the end of July 2018. One of the best guppy breeders there's ever been. He has a couple of terrific books out. Well, one's terrific, Proper Care of Guppies. The other is just kind of like a throwaway book that they popped out there. So, since I've digressed once again, I have what I think in here is I definitely have 5 males and 4, 6, 7 females. Now I think I've lost 1 female since I got them in November, and I'll try and zoom in. Now on this one, like I said, they're not my fish, so I really haven't culled them. And this one, they're going to go because the black addition in the peduncle beginning of the tail area that's got to go. Same with that one and that one. There's really only one usable male in here, and it's that one, and that one's not even perfect. So it's a shame. I think it's why he doesn't want the fish back. But it's a lot of hard work with these, so I'm going to try to keep the line going, and I'm going to take 3 females and the 1 really good male, this one. And if you notice, I think the tail is also edged in black. So the line may not be fixable color-wise, or it may actually take years to fix it. But ones like this are just they're just no good. It's a shame. It's really like a bad red bicolor at this point, what I think. The tail shape is okay, not great, but these fish are still growing. I've actually never had babies out of any of them in here, so more or less that just means they eat the babies once they have them. So I put some plants in this one, and I'm going to take out probably 3 of the females and 4 of the males, and just leave my made-up word of quadrio in there, a male and 3 females, to try and do something with this line. So it's a shame, because these are bloodlines from some of the best fish there are, and these just went off on a tangent and did not develop in a way that I could kind of justify keeping them. So like I said, I'm going to try with 1 male and 3 females and see what I can do with that. It's almost hard to find the 1 male again, because he's got a little bit of black in the tail as well. So, but the dorsal's pretty good. Tail's half decent, so it's going to be so I'll probably put them in a 5.5 gallon tank, and so I'm not tying up much tank space. It's a shame. It's one of the best lines of guppies there is, Shubel anythings. And at least these still exist, so I will try to keep this going. And before I forget, I don't know if you heard that there was a giant fish that destroyed Japan. It was called Godzilla. So yeah, it's not good. So anyway, I'll finish this up with some of the Roebuck Reds and stay away from Godzilla. Alright, I'm back with the video on Red Delta strain. These are, it's a breeding group 3 pair of the Luke Roebuck Reds that I have. You can see there's a little bit of a similarity in the Shubel ones. If you look real close on these males, you can see a little bit of black in the tail and not so much in the body, but right at the base there, if I stop shaking the camera, you can see a little bit of black. And so I think these lines are related. And when this one turns to the side, you can see a little bit of black streak in the tail. So basically, when I cull for fin shape, body shape, and something other than red in the tail, dorsal, and body. So that's basically what I'm looking for on these. Now I have a grow out tank, which I'll go to next, and I'm going to select some more breeders out of there. And then I have some I promised to a couple of people, and I'll be shipping them as soon as the weather breaks a little bit here. I feel bad. I was going to ship them a few weeks ago, and it was just insanely hot, and now it's even hotter. So soon. But I will put some more on Aquabid, probably another trio. I can't ship anything next week. It's going to be 90 Monday and Tuesday, and then by Thursday, Friday, they're talking 95 up here in Philadelphia area. So you know, there's no way to chance shipping nice fish to anybody in that kind of weather. All right, hang in there for a tank of grow out. These are roughly 4 months old. I just did a water change in here, so they're a little bit wigged out. The males are starting to get their full color. The tails haven't started to grow yet, and this female is filling out pretty good. There will be some babies in this tank pretty soon. I have culled it down to, I think, 5 males that I liked, and then in the future I'll keep my eyes on if anything happens with the fins. So this is just a tank of females. These are extras. These are all hit. There was things about them I didn't like, so I pulled them. This is a tank of ones that are 5 weeks old. And the cloudiness is, I just did water changes. I did like 25 water changes in a bunch of tanks. And I use Vitachem, which is made by somebody. And it is a group of vitamins and minerals. And I usually squirt a half a teaspoon in each tank after I do a water change. The fish really should consume it. It's like you would put it on food or something, but I don't do that. I just put it in the water. This is one tank of the grow out tank of the Roebuck Reds. These are actually from October. So since we're in July, I'll make them about 8 months old, I think. Just almost 9. They're from October 25th. And you can see the females get red dorsal, red upper saddle on the body, and a red tail. These males they're all beautiful. I have a couple of them that have like a nicked tail edge like that one. But I'm not going to cull one for that. And this is the other tank of them. So I'm going to pull a few more breeders out of this one, probably 4 pair. And then I'll start selling off some of the other ones. So definitely a gorgeous fish. I call them full reds. They don't quite get completely red. It goes up to the eye and the top of the I guess the top of the head doesn't get the the coloration. But these are gorgeous fish, and I'll give you an idea of what red deltas look like. Yeah, I didn't realize at the very end, probably about the last 15 seconds of what you saw before this, that a few of these males had like a white fringe starting on the edge of the tail. That's something that I've noticed happens when the water quality crashes, and they really need a water change done before you lose anything. And you can see one of these males had some damage to the tail, because that'll grow back, but that's what I'm trying to avoid. Of course, he went way in the back, so I can't show him. But anyway, just to show that one water change, and then I add a dose of Pond Strength Melafix, and I put in a teaspoonful of salt. And the fish all recovered nicely. There's no more white edge on any of the fins. They're all nice and healthy. And yeah, it's just kind of like a lesson. You make a mistake, kind of, you miss a water change, and you start to have some damage to the fins. But so far, I got that one in time, which was why I ended up having to do about 25 or 30 water changes yesterday. I figured, let me get the entire top and middle row of tanks, just in case, and a few of the other ones needed it too. So anyway, I'll wrap up the video. Thanks for watching.